Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Derek Washington. I'm Chairman of Stonewall Democrats. I have been HIV positive since 2005, and to be perfectly honest, AFAN saved my life. A few months ago, I had some real strong concerns about AFAN and how it was being run. I felt that there were services that had been provided that were no longer being provided or being provided at different standards. No one hollered louder than myself about the situation at AFAN. No one made more of a fuss about the situation at AFAN than myself. I went to Commissioner Weekly. I asked him to help me rectify the situation. I went in, I spoke to the board, and I spoke to Jennifer, and in no uncertain terms, I explained to them what I felt were the problems with AFAN. And I explained to Jennifer that I felt that she needed to change some of the ways that things were being done and the perception of the way things were being done. Prior to that, I had gone to many of the people that you have heard from, and I had said to them, I have these concerns, you have these concerns, but one of my big concerns is there's not enough outreach to the Black and Latino communities. I said, I will help you if you will help me. They said they weren't interested, they were only interested in revenge against Jennifer Morss for whatever reasons they have. I went ahead and worked with AFAN. I'm now building gardens, organic gardens to help people with HIV eat. I'm now doing outreach programs to help young black girls help their self-esteem, because if you have good self-esteem, you're probably not having premarital sex or sex outside of a relationship. I'm helping transgender sex workers. I just had a meeting today to make sure that even though they're doing something we may not approve of, that at least they're not contracting and spreading diseases. The reason I'm here today when I really don't want to be here, I really want to be back in my office, I really want to be working. The reason I'm here is because, and I'm going to say something I think all of you can identify with. You have heard so much negative about one person. So much negative. Now, there's the where there's smoke, there's fire, but you're all politicians. How much negative has been said about each and every one of you that you know not to be true? How much? Commissioner Scow, I have to apologize to you because I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't. As the chairman of a gay organization, I know you're a conservative, and we have said things about you that I bet aren't true, and I apologize. And for me to stand here and say that things can be said about people that aren't true and not apologize to you, I would be a hypocrite. I am sorry. The point of the matter is the people who work for AFAN are extraordinarily happy. Jennifer Morss spent our AIDS walk in body armor. She didn't tell you that. She sent it because she spent that day in body armor because many of these same people in this room who care so much they say about our community, many of these same people posted pictures on Facebook of a gentleman holding an AK-47 aimed at the back door. It is true. It is true. At the back door of AFAN. That is why Jennifer walked around in body armor. So.
Oh, wow.
I've obviously touched a nerve.
Well, and I'm going to ask you to wrap up.
Okay. My thing is this. Regardless of what you decide in regards to Jennifer Morss, all I ask is that you understand that AFAN is helping the community, and please don't do anything that might harm AFAN in the long run. And if you ever want to know the truth, I'm here to offer you the truth. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and once again.
Going to say, I think we're here to talk about the membership of Ryan White, not the escapades that have been going on. Okay, well, that's what I thought that because I could go on plenty more and talk about the same type of stuff that Derek just did, in a more personal way. I've been a client of AFAN for 20 years. I've been diagnosed with AIDS in '91. So, but we're talking about the Ryan White Planning Council right now, not the organization of AFAN, because I support AFAN 100% because they've supported me and my health. But we're talking about Ryan White Planning Council and the membership. So thank you.
I would just like to note that Derek Washington is on AFAN's payroll. I don't know if that has any effect on the decisions you make today. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Liliana, and I just want to say that The people who are infected and affected with this terrible disease, we have to deal with it on a daily basis. And we entrust in places like AFAN and CCOM and these facilities to do the right thing. And we shouldn't have to worry about if the paperwork's done correctly and stuff like that. That's not our, you know what I mean? We're just there to get what we need to get help and figure out the path to make our lives better. Just like if we had cancer, we shouldn't be denied chemotherapy. You know, and if your families are in need, then we should be able to help. And I don't care what community it's, you know, we all got to pull together. And as far as, you know, everybody's saying that who did this and who did that, I don't think it really matters of pointing the finger or anything like that. I just think that they need to pull together and make it work. And I just don't see that happening with the people that are in place now. I think maybe it's just been too long for the same thing that's gone over and over and over. It's like staying in a bad marriage. It just needs to stop.
Thank you.
Hi. I'm actually glad to see all you guys. I see you on TV all the time, so now I can see you face to face. My name is Bobby Townsend, and I live with AIDS since January 22nd, 2010. When I was diagnosed, I didn't know where to go, so I was directed to AFAN. I didn't know what to do, what paperwork to fill. It's all new to me. I didn't ask for it. The guy that gave it to me is in jail for 15 years. It's attempted murder in Atlanta, Georgia. So I didn't know what to do. And who stood there and held my hand, walked me through everything, was Jennifer. And I want to make it very clear, I'm friends with both sides of everybody there. And it's hard to stand here and talk about this, but I do it. Jennifer and AFAN and the staff have been there when I received the letter that I wouldn't live to see this February because I was going to die. They've helped me, my partner, while I was in the hospital. They helped make the arrangements so that my partner could be there, so if I did die, at least I had a loved one there because my family's in Philadelphia. I've noticed that the same group of 10 people have done nothing but bash because somebody was let go because of either theft or let go because of a grant ran out. If they did wrong and they were not fired because they did theft, then why are they not petitioning or putting a request in to have it investigated for wrongful termination? AFAN has been there for every single thing for me. My medication is $19,000 a month. AFAN helps me. I have a full-time job that I left, $70,000 in this economy. I left because I went to work for AFAN, because I've dedicated my life because of Jennifer and the staff, because of the caring and the loving that they give. If it wasn't for them, where would I be right now? I would be 6 foot under. That company, organization, whatever you want to call it, they care, they love. So does the other people. But the bashing and all the BS that's going on has to stop. We're all here for the same thing, and that is to help people learn about HIV and AIDS and how to stop it, and the people that are living with it, how to live longer. I am actually on a TV show. It's MTV Living in America with AIDS. It airs August 25th or 28th at 5 p.m. on MTV, right before the MTV Music Awards. And I am honored to say that I am a liaison for AFAN and for the people in Las Vegas living with HIV and AIDS. I was one of 30 people chosen out of 50,000 across the U.S. to be on it. If the AIDS Center wasn't here, where would we be? We'd get tested. Just like they do now. They hand you a piece of paper and they say, go get more blood drawn. The worst time for somebody to deal with it is the first few days. The highest suicide rate is the first 30 days. Straight people, gay people, transgender, everybody gets it. Everybody's open to it. That is my AIDS center. It is everybody's AIDS center. And I think Jennifer Morss should stay on the Ryan White committee.
Thank you very much, sir. Bill Schaefer.
Good afternoon. I publish a publication called the Las Vegas Night Beat. I've been doing a series of stories on Jennifer Morss and AFAN. I've been doing that in order to bring to light the terrorism, the intimidation that's caused by that organization. They tend to dance around any serious question that I give them. They're just not providing any answers. I want to see an AFAN that is strong and healthy. in this current issue, which I haven't had a chance to email to you yet, I have a very nice letter to the editor from Dr. Jerry Cade. And a letter to the editor is nice, but this one comes from a man who was on the President's Council for HIV/AIDS. He is a former executive director of AFAN. He's well known he basically started HIV/AIDS care in Clark County many years ago. And he thinks I'm on the right track with my articles. The organization seems to use whatever laws they can to shut people up, to intimidate them so that they don't speak. I have a T-shirt on that says "Silence equals services." I've got a bunch of people back here that are wearing those, and that's been the theme of the articles that I've been put out. There has to be something done there, but the running of AFAN is not your concern today. The concern is how they treat their clients and how they intimidate people. A board member for another organization, Clark Community Counseling Center, was writing on Facebook about what he thought needed to be changed with AFAN. And, gee, CCC got a call saying, if this guy continues, gee, we're going to have a hard time giving you money that we have earmarked for you. Is that intimidation? Is that the way? That's just such a heavy-handed way to solve your problems. Also, I understand that the current bylaws for Ryan White state that a person can only be on the Ryan White Council for 4 years, then they have to be off. I think that's something that needs to be brought to your consideration before you make a decision.
My name is Sarah Jones. I'm the Director of Finance for Aid for AIDS in Nevada. I guess what I want to address is the issue of the Planning Council. And I know part of the matrix of the Planning Council, they actually have a document that says you need to have these types of people on the Planning Council. People who are positive, people who are expertise in the field. And who's to say the perfect person on the expertise of the fields of AIDS services would not be the largest AIDS service organization in Nevada or Las Vegas? The fact of the matter is, they don't decide who gets funded. So it's not like Jennifer Morss is voting to fund her own agency. So I just want to throw that out to you guys as to really, she has the expertise, she has the 9 years, and she isn't voting to give AFAN money. So I don't appear to see what the conflict of interest is. Thank you.
Thank you.